Let's ask veteran U.S. diplomat Jim Jatras. The Singapore summit was criticized as a photo op, a non-specific agreement with no teeth. How surprised are you at this new surveillance report?
I'm not surprised at all, Holland. Look, being a Trump hater is a full-time job, and you have to be nimble. Remember, he was a guy who was going to blow up the world. He was a crazy man who was going to cause all sorts of problems. And then it turns out he's the guy who's going to sell out to the North Koreans, sell out to the Russians, maybe sell out to the Iranians if he meets with President Rouhani of Iran. The fact is, I think it was a great thing that he met with President Kim, tried to diffuse a very dangerous situation on the Korean Peninsula and get to the point where we normalize relations and get rid of the nuclear weapons on the Korean Peninsula. But that's going to be a marathon. It's not going to be a sprint. This is a hiccup along the way, but people want to beat the drums and say, oh, Trump didn't bring back anything.
I said photo op, which tends to sound pejorative, but I think it meant a lot to a lot of people to see them together rather than throwing tweets at each other in the hostile way they had been, right?
Absolutely right. And it is most important, really, to our friends, the South Koreans. Look, the South Koreans want to have normalized ties with the North. It's great that the generals from both sides are meeting now. Let's try to move this relationship forward and find some way, in my opinion, frankly, America first, get us out of the Korea business.
Now, to that point, regardless of where things go or don't between Trump and Kim, things are looking much better for North and South Korea now, aren't they?
Absolutely. Look, I think Kim doesn't want to preside over a pariah state where everybody's poor and they're constantly under siege. And the South Koreans want to have the links to the Asian mainland through North Korea with a pipeline, with roads and rail traffic and so forth from China and Russia and the rest of Eurasia that'll benefit both Koreas. I don't see what's wrong with that.
Certainly optimistic. Kim remains unpredictable, though, doesn't he?
Of course he is, and that's one of the arrows in his quiver. What else have you got if you're at that end of the transaction here? And I think for his part, Mr. Trump also has remained unpredictable. That's part of his operating mode.
They've met their match in each other. Where do you think things go from here for the USA and North Korea? Admittedly, I'm asking you for a prediction, but you've spent a career doing the diplomacy dance. What does your gut tell you?
My gut tells me that Donald Trump wants to maintain the momentum here and doesn't want to spoil what he thinks he achieved and what I believe he achieved at the summit. My fear is that this report, spearheaded by the Washington Post, which, by the way, where did they get this information? Not just from commercial satellite footage, but it appears from a leak of classified information. I don't know if these reporters are going to go sit in the jail cell next to Julian Assange for that. The fact is there's a lot of pressure on him to try to start beating the drums again and threatening the North Koreans and cause this thing to tank. And I think that would be a terrible thing.
It's a game of inches.
Absolutely, and it's a lot of inches to get to the goal here. But the question is, which direction are we moving in? Is it a positive direction? And I think this story and the hype surrounding it is an attempt to try to make sure that those inches are not moving forward.
You think we'll see these two men in the same room again soon?
I don't know soon, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happens at some time in the not-too-distant future.
Yeah, and it does play well in living rooms across the country. Folks our age, when we were little guys, we were doing duck and cover. So at least the face value of it is a relief, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, veteran diplomat Jim Jatras.
Thank you, Holland.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.